Alan. So you are in the hot seat here at Scalp Logic, and I thought we would just ask you some fun questions.
Shoot them. Yeah.
So what was your entire, hold up on getting this done? What were you hesitant? What was your reasoning for maybe I shouldn't get this procedure done?
Well, actually, for the longest time, I was in denial. I kept telling myself, I was like, you know what, I don't need it. And over time, I kept seeing that I was like balding and thinning, and it was one of those things where I just didn't want to accept it. And then as soon as it was finally happening, I noticed that myself, I was wearing hats all the time, and I just felt restricted. So started looking at some options, and a lot of the stuff was pretty daunting, like the hair transplant. You were like scarring, and there was like other stuff that you had to like maintain, where you had to like take pills, and you just, once you stop it, it's no longer effective. So
it's like hard to know what's real out there. Like, what really is going to work? Is it marketing, or is it something that can actually help me?
Oh, very true. Because I'm really big on like reviews and just going to forums and like countless hours of just like reading people's like thoughts and everything. It puts you in so many different directions, and
got it.
It's really hard to kind of like just gauge it. But I started just checking my options. Like, you know what? Like this is kind of like where I'm at now. There's no really sense in fighting it, but there are ways of kind of combating it and seeing what I can do. So just started looking at some options, and I think just randomly came across like an IG post about some pills that you take, and then it helps like regrow your hair. And I was like, oh, that's kind of phony. But then there was a comment in there. Somebody just said like, try SMP. So I didn't know what it was. It was pretty foreign to me. And then I looked into it, and it was like a whole new, just like different world.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, that sounds pretty cool. And I just started making some calls and doing some work.
So once you saw that SMP was an option for hair loss, did you have any hesitations with SMP? What was or did you fully just say, no, I love it, I want to do it, now I just need to find the right place?
Oh, as soon as I did, like 10 hours later, after like knowing all the information, I was fully on board. Yeah, it was, I think, when I made the call to you guys, I already like made up my mind, and I didn't need any type of convincing. I saw all the photos, like the before and after. Like I'm so stuck on those. I look at them all the time. And then I saw a couple of companies. Yeah, they weren't the greatest, but then there was others that were just like, oh man, like I want that right there. And then just finding out that it was a more permanent option. Oh yeah, I was fully on board. Yeah, I was like, I don't care, what it costs or how long it's gonna take. Like I want it. And then made the call to you guys, and then the rest is history.
What was the reason why you made the call to us? Was it our pictures? Was it, I guess that for us, from our point of view, it's kind of like, it's good for us to know as well. Like, what are guys looking out there for?
I don't know. Well, hair loss is a thing, unfortunately. And a lot of people, I felt like I was always kind of just, solo dolo. I was out there alone and, kind of going through it. But then I started realizing that other people are in the same boat.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I'm tired of like wearing hats, and like when I go out, and like the no hat policy was always like, those are like the worst words ever. I couldn't stand it. I was like, no. I was like, you sure? What if it's like a fancy hat?
You're like, I got it at Nordstrom's. Is that okay?
I was like, hey, you know how much I pay for this? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, sir. It's like, yeah, you can put it over there. I was like, oh, maybe I want to put it over there, man. But I was just sick and tired of kind of like like masking and hiding and. They call it like hat fishing now, where it's like, hey man, I look much better with a hat on. But I was like, I'm tired of that. So
a lot of guys do.
Heck yeah, it's like I can't take a shower with a hat, and I can't jump in the pool with a hat. So it's like I gotta.
But if you could.
If I could, hey, I probably would.
Consider it before.
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah, that'd be my first one.
He'd be at the beach with this little hat. It's like,
are those like the little Speedo hats, like Michael Phelps?
I love it. I love it.
That, you look good with that, actually.
I was like, hey man,
but you still wearing your glasses with that?
Oh, yeah. All right. I look like the Blue Man Group out here, but
he's gonna get one with all these different designs and everything.
No, I'm trying to think about it now. Nonetheless, I was tired of just kind of being restricted by the hat. I wear them all the time, and I was like, I can't tell you how many hats and beanies and stuff I had just because of that. But
So with us, like, what was it that, out of all the companies that you were seeing, I guess?
Oh man, well, customer service is like a huge thing. People they kind of like overlook that whole thing, but that's like always like first and foremost for me. But I contacted a couple of people for just like a free consultation and everything that they kind of state on the website, but a lot of people didn't hit me back, and yeah, that right there was kind of a red flag. I was like, oh shoot, man. It's like, and then I started thinking in my head, like, oh, is this the right move?
Yeah.
Like, shoot, they're not even hitting me back. I was like, is this even legit? And then but then yeah, Nicole, yeah, you hit me up and right away, and then yeah, I answered any questions that I had, and yeah, it was great. And I was like, you know what, this is the place right here. You guys sound like super cool over the phone, and then even meeting you guys, yeah, it was even better. And then I was like, yeah, like it all happened for a reason.
That's so awesome. And I mean, for us just to hear that, like your firsthand experience, that's what we want to hear.
I like it.
I mean, that's why we do what we do. We try to not only provide the best work, but also like just have this good energy here where people want to come here and just feel welcomed and like, that they're just accepted.
Oh yeah. And I talk to you guys, I talk about you guys to my lady all the time. Like, oh, this is Joe Nicole. And then she knows you guys just like already. So like,
you've got to bring her so we can meet her.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going to Scalp Logic, or I'm about to get my head done. It's like, oh, I'm about to see Joe Nicole real quick. So
you hear that? We have a name. We're not just Scalp Logic. We have names.
Just change it. Yeah, just Joe Nicole.
I love it.
Yeah, she knows. Like, all right, well, I guess I'll see you later. I was like, man, come back. Shoot, you might have to fight off some paparazzi or something. You see a couple of flashes, man. Don't be alarmed. That's just me.
I love it.
How does it? I want to know if you're still rolling, Nicole. I want to know what it feels like. It's been a few months. You said what, about 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah, we started end of November. Yeah.
So we're doing a little touch up right now. So like the last month and a half. What does it feel like to? Do you feel like you had something done, or does it feel like it's just part of you? That's what I want to know. I want to know from your words.
Yeah, well, that was super strange because at the beginning I was like, oh man, like this is super trippy because I know my natural hairline and what it looks like, but then now, I mean, months later, it became natural. I look in the mirror and it's just I can't even remember what it looks like. Yeah, it's just I see the lineup right? And it's just like, dang, like that's me now. I can't just like scrub it off or like Beijing going to like, oh man, I can't stand that. I still have that memory, but yeah, going to the barbershop and they sprayed that Beijing. I was like, I've gotten to that point in life. I was like, man, I can't believe you did that to me. And I was like, shoot, but yeah, it don't rub off or anything like that. So it's super cool. It's assuring, but super cool, man.
Yeah. Awesome.